Amazing, yeah. I mean, of all places to score a goal, here is the place I'd want to do it. So, man, we were pushing for that win. We wanted the 3 points. We wanted to break that streak of not getting a win here, and so that was the goal the whole time. Being able to go up 3-1 there really put us in a good spot to finish out the game. These games are always so scrappy, but being able to come out with the win is huge.
And then your goal was only 2 minutes after Carlos's penalty kick. Can you talk about the concentration of the team, like in those moments?
Yeah, it's important to capitalize, right? When we score, the momentum shifts our way, and they're a little bit down. They're trying to get back into the game, and so to take advantage of another time where they were sleeping is great. On a birthday, you're always trying to do something special. So I was trying to get in there and get a goal, and it worked.
It's kind of a thing. I mean, you could make the argument that they were really on the front foot for a lot of this game, and then you guys 2 goals in 2 minutes. It just, I mean, I know they kept coming back, but it just kind of shut them down. It changed the game.
Yeah, for us, it's a good progression in our DNA and who we are as a team to come out and win a scrappy game like this. This is probably the worst football we played all season. We did not play our game. We weren't connecting passes. We are very direct. Legs were heavy. Guys were kind of all over the place. Tactically, we weren't our best. And so with all of that being what was true and still being able to get 3 points, I think shows the progression of our game where we can win playing beautiful football, and we can win when it's scrappy and we need to just grind out 3 points. So big for us.
Yep. They always say good teams sometimes win ugly. This made an example.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so. And you throw in all the emotions of coming here, trying to break a streak of not getting a win here. There's just trying to give our fans something special. They've been so good to us in these last 5 years, and we have not been able to get them a victory here. So just that moment of celebrating with them after the game is special.
Ryan, obviously you just mentioned the mentality about winning those ugly games. How does this team? I don't want to compare, but how does this team compare to the team you guys had last year? You guys won MLS Cup championship, but it seems you guys are better this year than last year.
I think so. I think we're building off of what we did last year, and obviously we were phenomenal last year. We had a really good season. We had a lot of good pieces, and we really returned a lot of our starting guys this year. And so we've come into this league this year thinking, why do we need to lose? Game in, game out, doesn't matter how many games we have on the schedule. It doesn't matter CONCACAF, Open Cup, Leagues Cup, all the games we're going to play. We feel like we can beat everybody on any day, and we need to do that. So the guys are confident right now, and we need to just keep riding that as long as we can.
It's clear you guys have bought in, obviously, to what Steve Strondo is putting out. Can you talk a little bit about the resting and the rotation? Because sometimes you'll start, but sometimes you'll come off the bench. And how easy is that for you, or how hard? Because I know everybody wants to start and get those minutes.
Yeah, he's phenomenal at it. It's a hard job. I would say the hardest part of being a manager in this league and in the schedule that we have, being in CONCACAF, is getting that rotation right, keeping everybody committed to the same thing, and not letting ego get into it, and not letting ego be a part of, I'm not starting, so I'm going to pout, or I'm not going to play. He manages that so well. I've said it before, but I'm glad I'm not the one making those decisions. It's such a difficult play. We're all competitors. We all want to be on the field every time, but he's got to look at the long term. We as players are looking at the day to day. Like, what do I need to do tomorrow? What do I need to do for this game? And he's looking at the long term. How do we set ourselves up for the most success in each of the tournaments we're walking through in league season? So it's a hard thing, but he's created a culture where nobody has the ego. Nobody's sitting or pouting or going to get subbed onto a game and just kind of mope around as they play. Everybody's committed to the same goal, which is doing something special this year in the couple tournaments we're in.
Ryan, you said that it was pretty interesting. Why do we have to lose? And there's so many games. Eventually, there's going to be. But do you start feeling like, hey, another game we haven't lost? Let's continue on that battle cry. For sure,
it's super important for us because if you step outside of the 34-game season and you just look at every game individually, every time we step up to a game, we think we're favored. We think we should be stepping out. So if you separate it out into 34 individual games, why do we need to lose? When you think about it as a 34-game season, across you're like, okay, of course you're going to lose one or two or something's not going to go right. But when you divide it into each individual game, you're like, if we play our best and we play the way we know we can play, we're going to win. And I think today proves that even more. If we can win the scrappy games when we're not playing our best, then I think that backs up our position even more to say why do we need to lose?
Great philosophy. Did you guys, I mean, maybe it didn't come from the coaches, but player-wise, say, look, we haven't won here this week in training. We haven't won here. We've got to get that off this list.
Absolutely. And you look at like where they're at in their season and the rough start they've had. You look at the start that we've had, and it is one of those games where there's a lot riding on it. It's a chance for them to kind of get back into the season, chance for them to get momentum. It's a chance for us to feel like, hey, we're in a good moment right now. We can get our first win here. We can get 3 points here. So there's a lot riding on it. But I think more than all of that, it was looking at ourselves this week and saying, our fans have come in freaking 2 hours early to this stadium for 5 years, out chanting their crowd and their supporters, making this a home game for us, and we have not been able to reward them, and that needs to change. And so I think the guys felt it, and it wasn't our best performance, but it was scrappy, and we just knew we weren't going to lose.
Just to spin it forward, because obviously after the high of a big rivalry game, you travel to Nashville, it's going to be tricky. Playing there and not only playing that team, which are really stingy defensively.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, I think we're going to just enjoy this one for a little bit, celebrate for a little bit. We've got a free week without a midweek game, which is going to be really nice. Try to get our legs back, try to kind of get into a good rhythm again and get ready to push, because it's going to be Nashville, Philly, another game, Philly again. So it's going to be another hard stretch. So enjoy this one, celebrate a little bit, and then try to get our legs back to get into another good stretch.
Happy birthday. Are you on the Aries cut line? Is that like the last couple days before they spin it in the horoscope?
Oh, that's honestly a great question. I don't even know if I know.
I'm April 11th, but I know I'm pretty close.
I don't know. Yeah. What are 22-year-olds? What are we? I forget. I forget. Or 20. Yeah. What are we? I forget.
Year of the.
Yeah.
I think it's the rat, which.
I think it's yeah.
So
It's gotta be
so
it.
mature for 22.
Thanks, man. Yeah.